Hi guys, editors. Don't mind how I'm sitting. I just over-tightened my corset and now I'm stretching my ribs because I think I broke them. But anyway, I watched Plunderer recently and I have some thoughts. I have some feelings about it that I felt like I should share with you. This is going to be a rant video, so if you need some like uhhh vibes to calm your feelings beforehand, make sure to check out last week's Agretsko's binge watch playlist because there's lots of recommendations to like calm your spirits after this. Also, I have socials and stuff, so you can join the Discord and rant with me. Cool, let's go. So, Plunderer. This anime just finished airing winter of 2020. It has a My Anime List score currently of 6.5 out of 10. And it makes me really mad because this anime actually has a lot of potential. Like, the story has a lot of potential, and then This anime is based on a manga that started serialization in about 2014. It's currently on episode 60-ish, and this anime is about the first 30 episodes. Somewhere around there. I haven't read the manga, so I can't speak on whether it's actually good or not, but this anime seemed to have a pretty mixed reaction from actual fans of the manga. The main complaints were that some of the episodes mixed up some plot points that made it a little bit confusing for manga readers watching the anime, and the most egregious error was the fact that they added tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of fan service, which apparently the author had already added plenty in the actual manga series. This animation studio just decided to go balls to the wall and just tits everywhere. Let me explain. Let me just sidebar for a sec and rant about ecchi anime, because ecchi is basically a genre of anime that isn't quite hentai but is still pretty lewd. Fan service everywhere. Sometimes for plot, most of the time not for plot. Most of the time it's extremely distracting. Usually the camera will pan out to like a pantsu shot, or there'll just be an unnecessary like full-on costume change in the middle of a scene randomly, usually during bits of diatribe about politics or world building. I get it, you have to keep the average brain dead weeb engaged, you have to sell the anime figures, I get it. But as a girl who happens to be a fan of anime, seeing these characters that are supposed to be strong female leads in an anime constantly sexualized and belittled is kind of tiring. A little bit. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a party pooper, I get it. But if you're gonna make something lewd, at least make it funny, or like make it flow with the plot, or make it have a meaning. Don't just like, oops, we're talking about politics, but here's my underwear. Makes no sense. Anyway, I'm gonna jump into spoilers now because we really have to spoil things in order to talk about it. If you wanna go watch the anime first, go for it, and then come back to this video and let me know what you think. Anyway, 3, 2, 1, here we go. So episode 1, we have a cold open with a very Mary Sue protagonist traveling through this medieval-esque setting, and we have a Medio-sama type protagonist, which is from Seven Deadly Sins. I don't know if you guys have seen that one yet, but it's very similar vibes, especially in the opening. So in this world, basically everyone has a number tattoo that represents their magical abilities or social status, and most people in this universe have it on a normal spot, like their hands or on their face. But of course, our main female protagonist has it between her legs because plot? And they only bring it up in the first episode and it has no bearing on the rest of the episodes after that, so cool. Anyway, due to the placement of that tattoo, you get a pretty rapey first episode, and then had I been paying a little bit more attention while 3D modeling, I probably would have shut it off, but it kind of just auto-played, and the further it got in the story, the less fan servicey it got, and the plot picked up, and I actually started to enjoy it and pay attention a little bit more. And that's what makes it a little bit disappointing, because there's nuggets of story in here that are good, and they just completely alienate probably a good 50% of their potential audience in the first episode. By about episode 3, they introduce a rival that's interesting. They have pretty much established all of the rules of the world, and we're starting to actually get into plot that isn't just lol dude. But what pisses me off the most is that episode 7 is just like It's so good. It's so good. Like, it blew my mind. Like, I was so excited when episode 7 hit, and I wanted to talk to other people about it, but no one had seen it because episode 1 is so terrible. Episode 7 is really good. So by now, by like episode 3-ish, we have established that it's sort of a main male protagonist running away from the government, adventure of the week, helping people along the way type story. Very stereotypical, right? No! In episode 7, there's a oh, sorry, I can't say that. In episode 7, there's a helicopter that comes out of like a vortex in the middle of a city. It's supposed to be a medieval city, and there's a helicopter, and then you're like, wow, it's an isekai the whole time. The reveal is so good, but no one's seen it because it sucks. Anyway, it's a really good reveal. I was super excited, and then right after that, we move into this really messed up arc about like child soldiers and like famine and World War whatever it is in this world. Anyway, it gets really dark all of a sudden, right? But first we have to go to a cabin, and these weird little void hands have to just like molest everyone while we do some actual world building about stuff that I actually care about, that's actually interesting, and then you just have like, I almost threw my computer. I was so annoyed. The complete tonal shift from dark, interesting world building that's completely messed up to ecchi trash just feels really cheap and kind of gross, honestly. And like, don't even get me started on the finale of the child soldier arc. Here's how it ends. So, context, obviously, major spoilers. So, we go into the reverse isekai, right? So back to real world Japan. And we realize that there's a food shortage, the whole world is falling apart. There's been a slight peace, but now all the countries' governments are deciding that we need to have a world war in order to reduce the population so that our food output can match the population, right? Super deep, super heavy, super messed up. So all of these kids who don't know about that are volunteering to be soldiers so that their family gets food and gets taken care of. And the kids decide, we don't actually want to fight anyone. We're going to be soldiers who don't kill, and the way that we're going to do that is by being super strong. So they go through this whole training montage, blah, blah, blah. And then the main antagonist, teacher guy, starts doing experiments on these kids. And one of the kids gets super, super strong and decides, okay, in order to protect my platoon mates and help them be the platoon that doesn't kill anyone, I'm gonna kill everyone for them. And he just goes into this complete downward spiral, super messed up, because he's killing hundreds of thousands of people every day, a lot of the people consisting of women and children also. And anyway, really dark, really messed up. What does our female protagonist do? Oh wait, you're not ready for this. She goes, this is really messed up. I wonder what I can do. I know, I'll just like take off my shirt and show him my boobs and be like, in 300 years I'll have your kids, okay, bye! And just disappear into a void while shirtless. Anime. Seriously, the dumbest end to an arc I've ever heard of in my entire life. And they play this dramatic music like it's supposed to be some wholesome moment. To say that my disappointment was immeasurable and my day was ruined is an understatement. I'm just tired, okay? I get it. I've watched like so much anime, and all I really have left at this point is like the second half of One Piece and Naruto, and just like trash, just garbage, just like burning hot titty garbage. I get it. But at the same time, you can't just like tease me with a good story and then like, So anyway, here's my score. Plunderer with all the ecchi edited out, 8 out of 10. Cool story, really interesting world building. I'm very interested in how things play out. With the ecchi, 0 out of 10. I hate it so much. Why do you do this to me? I hate you. I'm sure I will get lots of hate in the comments about this. I don't think it's that hot of a take. I feel like if you watch the anime, you'll have the same feelings, but I don't know, maybe I'm weird. I don't know. But anyway, give me a pity like, maybe, and like and subscribe. It really helps me a lot. If you want more trash takes, feel free to join my Twitters and my Discords and talk to me about all the animes you like. We also talk about anime on Twitch a lot. If you want my reaction live, yay, okay. I hope you have a slightly less waifu-filled week, but still a wonderful week. Have a good night. Bye bye.